Hello and welcome everyone, and I want to talk about the breakup. The breakup between, we have two different celebrities here, and Lindsay and our favorite dude. So who is our favorite dude? It is Lance Stewart. So what actually happened here and how did this actually happen and why should you actually listen to me? Well, right down below there's going to be a link to my actual breakup class. It was actually a breakup class that I created, and I teach people how to get back with their exes. In case you're interested, you can definitely go inside here. So what were the signs and what actually led to the breakup between those two, Lance and Lindsay? Now they did look like a perfect couple for a long time, but they moved in together. So this is one of the keys. Usually when couples move in together, issues are gonna arise, especially when they're as young as both of those. And especially with that, you get to know the real deal about the other person. And you have to sacrifice a lot of things in order for you to get together and be with each other, including you no longer see the best of each person, you see them at the best, at the worst, and in any given situation. And for young people, sometimes it is very hard for you to actually accept each other and to actually create an identity. Especially when you're this young, you're trying to build an identity and you really don't know enough about yourself, let alone about somebody else, to actually become together and become a couple. So yes, it was bound to happen. There was signs that this was bound to happen as well. He was using Lindsay a lot less in his videos. As you know, he was using her as clickbait in a lot of his videos. And at sometimes there was a compromise. She wanted to create her own channel. She wanted to be a star as well. Maybe she got jealous. Maybe she wanted to be part of it as well. And in the end, it was all about Lance. Also, she said about. She really wanted to be otherwise in the sphere of attention. She wanted also to be famous too. That's what I suspect. Now, we don't know this for sure, but over time, I mean, she sees him in the spotlight and she doesn't want to be the underdog. She wants to be also maybe up there as well. We don't know that. But one thing for sure, that he wanted and he was doing everything for himself in many ways. And when he was doing some pranks on her, I could see that she didn't like some of those. Like he dyed the dog in a different color. That was one of those. She was outraged. She didn't like that. Some of the pranks seems to be set up and with her permission. Other ones seems to be that he had no permission to do them. He just did it, and then she found out about. He got a very nice reaction from her, and she was really pissed off. There was some test pranks as well, right before the breakup. One of which he actually go ahead and he hinted that he cheated with somebody else. In other words, he wanted to show the audience that she might be leaving. Maybe that was the case here, by actually suggesting to them and trying to end this in some kind of a way. Then when she actually was moving out of the house, this felt, and his reaction to it seemed very genuine, like real. You could actually tell he was really upset. Now, the other question here is this a mutual breakup? Who is the one who decided to break up here? Most of the time, it is the female who leaves the guy, not the guy decides to leave the female. And the girl usually already makes up her mind. In this case, I think the situation here is that Lance didn't really know that she was leaving. Most of the time he was so busy doing his job, his work, and he is a very busy guy. I mean, the money he's getting from this is maybe in the millions. So he wasn't really paying attention to her as much as he should. And in other words, she was feeling left out. And also, she might have wanted a break. Now, she probably make up her mind way before that he actually did about this, that it wasn't working out, and she wanted out. Now, Lance, he was probably upset about that, and you could actually see it in the reaction over there, that he was like, what's going on, why are you leaving, I mean, and then she said, we discussed this before. So it seems like there was something there before that he discussed with her, and they tried to make it work, and it didn't work out. But definitely he seems to be upset. Now the guy had depression, he had other issues with his own issues, which probably was not related to her, but in some ways, I mean, we don't know if together they were having a good time or not. We don't know that for sure. One thing we do know that she made up her mind. Now the question is, would she actually change her mind if they would get back together? That is a different question. Would they get back together in the future? This is a slightly also different question. Eventually they might, over time. We don't know this for sure. It is very hard to predict something like this. Even though they might have been very cute couple on screen, off screen it could be totally different story. They could totally not get along. Their parents could actually not get along. And when they've been together with each other, it could be a whole different situation as well. For guys, usually they don't want to bother with relationship and stuff like that. If they find somebody they actually like, they try to stay with them. And for women, I mean, if you're not feeling it, if the girl is not feeling it, she wants to feel it when she's with somebody else. And Lindsay was not feeling it with Lance. So his job is either to go ahead and get her to feel those feelings once again, and he's not experienced enough yet to actually do things like that, or most likely, well, he has so many choices, and so does she at this point. So is she using him for flame? No, I don't think so. Is he using her for clickbaits? No, they just met each other and they actually just making movies, and this was something that they were living together. So no, she's not a gold digger. She's not trying to get something out of him, and most likely she doesn't need to, because right now she is in a very good situation. She can make her own YouTube channel. She can find another YouTuber. She can find anybody she wants to date, and he can do the same exact thing. They really don't need each other to go to the next level in terms of being in the media, in the spotlight, if that's something that they want. In other words, what if she doesn't want this? Maybe that's something that she didn't actually want. Maybe she wanted off the spotlight. She wanted to get paid from YouTube, but at the same exact time, she didn't want to be as famous as well. So there's going to be so many different situations here, so many different questions, and above all, you have to watch the videos. You have to see how their on-screen chemistry, and a lot of times a lot of it is acting. So we don't know their off-screen chemistry as well. So most of the time, the relationship that you can see inside YouTube videos is not necessarily the same relationship that you see outside of it. And a lot of times, public and private life make it so much more difficult, because celebrities and movie stars, it's the same exact thing. Why do they get divorced all the time? The reason for that is it is part with the spotlight. The media always looks at them. There's always going to be questions. You have to be ready to live in public. Not everybody can actually manage this and pull this off. It is pretty hard, and it's not easy for you to actually do. So you have to give credit to both of them. At the same exact time, over time, you'll probably discover that one of them maybe was actually already involved with somebody else. Maybe they were thinking about getting involved with somebody else. That could also be something that we will see very soon. How do we know this? Well, we have to see if Lance or Lindsay get a boyfriend or a girlfriend very soon. Within less than 30 days, well, maybe they were already involved with somebody, and that's when you could actually see if there was any cheating between them. Could be, but I doubt it's coming from Lance, and I actually doubt it's coming from Lindsay. And in this particular situation, I think it is more likely exactly how she said. She wanted to take a break. She wanted to discover more about herself. And in this specific case with Lance, he didn't know what was happening. Most of the time, he wasn't ready for this to actually happen, and most likely he was just so busy with his job that he didn't pay enough attention to her. So the fault here is actually no one's. It is being young, inexperienced, and at the same time not being able to build your identity. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did love and enjoy this video and you want to see anything more about this topic or this channel, please let me know in the comment right down below, and please subscribe to this video as well. That's how you're going to be helping me out. I want to get to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.